Diesel for We the People news. This is actually news. This is just a learning video of the news that's been going on. Now, some of you guys know I'm not left or right. I'm more of a Constitution guy. Everybody needs to meet in the middle. And, the government needs to let us be free men. And quit interfering in our business. Period. Alright. Y'all know I talked about this. Democrats and Republicans go in the back door and play kissy face, and they're one and the same. They're just actors outside of the door. So, let's check this out.
Defund the police. Take a look at this. I call on my colleagues to support our law enforcement by voting yes for this amendment. Opposing my amendment is a vote in support of defunding the police and against the men and women in blue.
The gentleman's time has expired.
Madam President,
Senator from New Jersey.
I am so excited. This is perhaps the highlight of this long and painful and torturous night. This is a gift. If it wasn't complete abdication of Senate procedures and esteem, I would walk over there and hug my colleague from Alabama. And I will tell you right now, thank God, because there's some people who have said that they're members of this deliberative body that want to defund the police, to my horror. And now this senator has given us the gift that finally, once and for all, we can put to bed this scurrilous accusation that somebody in this great esteemed body would want to defund the police. So let all of us, 100 people, not walk, but sashay down there and vote for this amendment and put to rest the lies. And I am sure I will see no political ads attacking anybody here over defund the police. And I would ask unanimous consent to add something else to this obvious bill. Can we add also that every senator here wants to defund the police, believes in God, country, and apple pie? Thank you.
This is a gift, he says. No longer can the Republicans say that we want to defund the police. Well, maybe you don't, but a huge swath of your voter base does. He also said, if it wasn't a complete abdication of Senate procedures and esteem, I would walk over there and hug my colleague from Alabama, Booker said in his speech. Then he actually did exactly that.
Mrs. Capito.
Far-lefty icon Cory Booker voted against defunding the police, celebrated voting against defunding the police, and then hugged Republican Senator from Alabama, Tommy Tuberville, in celebration for voting for a bill that defunds states and cities that want to defund the police. And we checked in with our local Antifa weirdo correspondent for reaction. Let's just say far-lefty Democrats aren't too happy. Well, at least those that are actually paying attention to what's going on. We know most of them are too busy making ridiculous TikTok videos and watching Rick and Morty, because we all know people who watch Rick and Morty are of superior intellect. They're too busy doing important things instead of actually paying attention to what goes on in the world of politics. Far-lefty Democrats, your terrible ideas have been soundly rejected by your own political leaders and political party. Your tuition is not getting canceled. You probably shouldn't have taken $200,000 in debt to get a useless arts or social studies degree. A $15 federal minimum wage. Rejected. Probably the dumbest idea of all. Defunding the police. Now just got defunded. And actually, you know what else got defunded? We covered this just the other day. This was the vote that passed right after the 99-0 vote against defunding the police. Senate approves ban on teaching critical race theory in U.S. schools. Your ahistorical 1619 project, critical theory, social Marxist, social constructivism, intersectionality, indoctrination is no more, thanks to, of course, a Democrat, none other than Senator Joe Manchin. The disconnect within the Democrat voter base is becoming more and more powerful. We now have reports that majority of Democrats prefer socialism over capitalism, according to a new poll. Favorable opinion of capitalism, 49% among Democrats. So,
Okay. So the Senate 99-0 voted to basically keep funding the police. After all these times of saying defund, 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 and people got voted on to go into the House to defund. And now they're saying they're not going to defund. Which again goes back in the back doors. They're not going to defund the police, and I made a video a while back on this. They're going to say something for their people to get their votes. And then they're going to turn around and do the exact opposite when they get in there in the House. Alright? Why? Because they're one and the same and behind closed doors, and they are just actors outside the door. Now, on my behalf, the defunding the police is not as big a deal as people make it out being. Okay? It's more scarier sounding than it actually would. Defunding wouldn't going to be complete dismantle. Alright? Defunding was more along the lines, we're just going to drop the money that we've been forking out, which I'm for, because really, we don't need our police to be in army uniforms. We don't need all these big fancy tanks. And so it kind of cuts down on some of that stuff. And maybe, you know, I kind of keep the police unions a little lower on money. Maybe. I don't know. That's for y'all to decide how that works. I'm not in that hole where all the money goes. But, and this isn't, for me, not a Democrat or Republican issue or liberal right-wing issue. It's just more of a lines of what they do behind closed doors when they actually in the open say, hey, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and then decided in closed doors, we're going to go ahead and do this. 99-0, y'all, about this. This is so rare that, you know, they actually on purpose agree on certain things, but they construed the numbers where it makes it look good. Alright? They're never really this honest about it. So, more of anything else, it stuns me of how honest they are on this one. Alright? Because usually the right thing they would do is fudge the numbers, and they'll get like 20 people out there voting against it and change the numbers where, well, we tried this, we tried that. You know, in this case, the people who voted them in that wanted to defund the police and all that kind of stuff, they're going to be pretty pissy. And they just planned out by 99-0 said we're not going to do it. That is unanimous. So, anyway, this will be the People News, y'all. Bye.